Well, that didn't go as planned. In fact, if I'm being brutally honest, it was a blooming disaster. So bearing in mind that I'm shooting this video and I've not even uploaded the video yesterday of when I brought all the cattle in, and look how clever I am, and you know, they presented me with this opportunity to do the weaning, and fantastic, and God, wasn't it easy, and look how smart and clever I am, and no, it didn't work. We did have our 5 waddling cattle in the back, although they were coming down. Yesterday morning I came out and all our 9 calves were stood out there with their heads through the bars looking in here, and I thought, if I walk round behind them, they can't even see me because they've got their heads in here. I'll just shut the gate, I've got them, and I can always move them today. So because what we normally do is when we wean the calves, we take them from here and we take them to the other farm, where if they bellow and bawl, they can't hear mum can't hear them, and they calm down a lot faster. Well, did they bellow and did they bawl? I've never heard a racket like it. I'm pretty sure that my neighbours were probably getting ready to ring round each other last night, come over and lynch me, because it would have been quieter to have 20 cars parked in the field there, leaning on the horn. It was a racket. So I'll go backtrack a little bit. We had the calves in here, the cows were in the field out there. We managed to get them to go out onto the golf course, so it took them a bit further away from the calves, and then we managed to get them, after one of them broke a fence into our tree plantation, that's another story, got to repair that. We then managed to get them to go into the very bottom right hand field. So that way they're as far away from all of my neighbours as I can get them. Now the fences down there should be good, because it was only a couple of weeks ago I went all around the fences and made sure they were all cow-proof, secure. Well, they are. Under normal circumstances, cow would not bother trying to get through them, but we have got one cow out there and nothing was going to stop her. I could have put a 10-foot wall up, she'd have knocked it down. Right, I had to stop filming them because that was a phone call from Edward, who is the guy who supplies us with all our cattle hurdles. I've been trying to get hold of him because we're going to need a second load of hurdles. Partially for the use here, but also I need a set that we can take over to our other farm, because if we're going to go on twice a year TB testing and the cattle are over there, I kind of need to have the ability to set up penning and cattle handling and etc over there. And the way I look at it, they're expensive in a minute, because steel's expensive. All these hurdles are like, probably, I expect they're getting on a couple of £100 a piece, so it's going to hurt. But in the other, if I buy us another set of the cattle handling equipment, I've always got it. It's galvanized, it should last forever, and when I'm finished with it, I can always sell it. That's the way. It's just, you got to pay for it now. But anyway, that's Edward's pinged me through his web page, even though I'm pretty sure I already know where he is. So yeah, so maybe in the next week or so, provided I can do a deal, we're going to have another set of cattle handling equipment, hurdles and stuff. So good old YouTube, because I got a funny feeling it's your guys' support that's going to end up helping me pay for these things, and barns and tractors, and here we go again. Yeah, that was Edward again, so just making sure I got the links through. So yeah, if we do the deal for the stock stuff, I will talk about it a bit more, because we have found this really quite useful. We looked at the IAE because that's supplied locally by Wall Valley, and nothing wrong with the IAE, but I just think that this stuff's a little bit stronger, my humble opinion. And not only that, it's a case of I might as well stick with the same supplier because I know that it's interchangeable, that I can fit these panels and that gate to the other system, although I expect they're all fairly interchangeable. I don't know, it just seems to be all spending for a minute, so I need to go and earn a bit. Anyway, back to the story of our calves no longer being in the barn. Biscuit, come on, I know you're eating something disgusting. Come on, Biscuit. Back to the story. We had all of our calves, 14 young stock, in the shed, locked at the far end. Lights were on, they got food, they got water, everything they need apart from Mum. Mum was 350 metres down there at the gate. Calves were mooing at Mum, Mums were mooing at calves, here they come. But there was one cow in that group which was totally determined that she was going to get back to her calf, and she basically just hit the fence down. And once she hit the fence down, the rest of them followed her, and the chorus of mooing started. So yeah, that was a fail. We are going to have to rethink weaning again. I mean, it was a great idea at the moment, at the time. Yeah, oh, they're in. Let's wean them. But then, actually, in hindsight, it was kind of a really terrible idea because A, we're 2 or 3 weeks earlier than we intended, and B, we weren't ready. The calves need to go to the farm. We've just cut 3 of the pieces over there for hay. We kind of need that to recover a little bit to make sure it's in front of them. So yeah, not so clever after all. What's she looking at? So there should now be 35 animals out here, including our newest youngsters. Come on, you, keep up. So I recognise that one. That's one of them. And these guys here, so that's one of our new calves. But look how unnervous it is now in comparison to being shut up in the shed. No longer trying to run away and climb walls and stuff. And that's one of our own calves. The red one at the back, that's one of our bought-in calves. Much quieter. And that's because they were the rest of the herd. So this is the one we just had the horns off, done our TB test. Biscuit, do you really want to wander off too much? Oh, I see. Right. Come on, you. Right. I was wandering down here at 1:30 this morning to open up the gate to let the remaining few that were left out in the field back through. Now they think I'm going to open the gate again because the grass out there is a little bit sweeter, but I didn't. I shut it behind them last night. Come on, Biscuit, come here. Come on, so let's see how much damage you've done. Come on, mind yourself. Actually, we'll go this side because... Come on, Biscuit. You can't get run over by cows out here. Okay. There's the damage from last night. Basically, she snapped that post off and pulled all the wire down. Right, okay. Right, I need both hands for that job, but it's bodged up for tonight, or for today. I can't wander off too far because GigaClear are coming to fit our internet, put our fibre in, and they will need access into the house. Mrs. P's got a day off from work, from CAB. She didn't particularly want to be at home all day because she works at home all day. So she wanted a bit of time off with Holly, so I basically said, I'll stay and deal with the internet folks and the cattle, and she can go off and go shopping. You know, make them happy. Okay, so the rest of the fence seems to have got off okay. It's just that end bit. Biscuit, come on. Come on. I have a suspicion she's out there eating something disgusting again. Come on. Yeah. Right. Oi, we're going this way. Come here. Come on. Because if I don't do this, you're just going to stand this at the fence and go, "Whoa, pick me up." So yes, I suppose basically the long and the short of this video is to admit that I got it very, very wrong as far as the idea of weaning the cattle was concerned. It is a job that needs to be done. It is a job that has to be done actually, but it was a job that I'd earmarked for the first 2, maybe 3 weeks of July, partially because one of the calves was actually born quite late. And when I weaned them yesterday, I looked at it, oh, that's quite a small calf really, but it was done. And then because of one cow being so determined, he got swiftly undone. Basically, after she'd broken through that fence and most of the cows with calves had got up there and were just bellowing, if you can imagine 20 cars parked at the top of that field just beeping their horn. I mean, my neighbours probably did want to string me up. So, and she was battering the gates and battering all the fences. It was a case of I had to let them go. So it wasn't doing the cattle any good, wasn't doing the calves any good, wasn't doing me any good, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't doing my neighbours any good, because I reckon you could have heard that right up in the town. Shan't be doing that again. There's still a fair bit of grass out here, but this is grazing down to cattle length, so they let it take the top off of it. Below that is kind of sheep food, but there's enough out here, they can graze that a bit tighter yet. You'd be surprised how quickly 35 cattle will get through some grass. We might be needing some of that silage and haylage yet. You never know. Right, so Will from GigaClear has just rung me to let me know they'll be here in 10 minutes. So I thought I'd just share this with you as well. This is a present from James. Now James, some of you may remember, actually he's already given us a present a while ago. He actually made me a bookshelf to go in my office, which was going on the wall. I will admit it's still not on the wall along with the other shelves, because what is currently my office is going to become my mother-in-law's closet. So it was kind of, I didn't want to drill holes in the wall to have to fill them back in again, because it's going to become a different room. Within the next 6 months it'll be my mother-in-law's room. I've got to move somewhere else. We haven't determined yet which room I'm moving into or quite how we're going to rearrange my office and my space, but as and when we do, then the shelves that James made me will go up in there. Anyway, so James saw the video the other day when we were using the dumper, and apparently I mentioned that the dumper had holes in the seats and I kept getting a wet bum. Well, he's taken pity on me, and he actually ordered a new seat for the dumper. So I sent him away with a little box, because all I had in to give him a return, although he didn't want it, well, not that he didn't want it, he didn't expect it, was one of our new mugs. So it's very, very much appreciated, James. Apparently he has spent quite a lot of time in his past on dumpers with ripped seats and had a wet bum, and basically he took pity on us and has given us a new seat for the dumper. So when somebody sends something that's really practical like that, pretty much I will think of James in the nicest possible way, obviously, every time I sit on that seat. So that's another project. So I've got a seat to fix the dumper, and I've got the mudguards to redo on the tractor. So whether I'll do that in one video or 2 videos, I don't know, but I will share the fact that, you know, what people send us and give us, I really do appreciate, and yeah, I will feature this on one of my videos.